class. So this is our answer for Love 001 for network communication. So first, in this lecture, I'm going to show you the basic network setup via packetTracer, and then second is router switch configuration, and we'll do pinging. So first, let me show you the basic command first for our Cisco router or switch. So what you see here is mode and then symbol. Then what is the difference between this mode? So when we configure our Cisco router or switch, we have this four mode. So first, we have the user exit mode. So you will see that we will have a greater than symbol. This is intended or default mode after booting. Next is the privilege exit mode. So you will see that instead of this greater than sign, we'll have this number sign. So for us to go to our exit mode, we need to type enable. So, yeah. So, use enable command from user exit mode. So, from here, galing dito sa after booting, we type enable. So, when we type enable, we are now accessing the privilege exit mode. And then, to go out to our privilege exit mode, type in exit. And the next is global configuration mode. So, in this global configuration mode, you will see that it will now be changed to config. For us to access this global configuration, type configure terminal. Okay, so dito sa configure terminal, pag type niyo po niyan, a set of command from global configuration mode will now be enabled. So, for example, we type a global command but we are under the privilege exit mode, so it will not work. So, hindi siya gagana kasi may set of command tayo for global configuration at may set tayo for privilege exit mode. So, to go back to privilege exit mode, we type in exit. Okay? Now, we have the interface configuration. So, basically, interface configuration is our interface. So, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo asan yung mga interface na yun. So, we can configure this interface pwedeng manually or hindi. Okay? So, we type in interface name plus number. So, we see that interface has its name and number. For example, Fast Ethernet 001, Gigabit Ethernet 002. So, that is the name of the interface followed by the number. And then, to go out to our interface configuration, we type in exit. So, if you want to go back to the user exit mode, so we're going to type multiple exit to our CLI or our command line interface. So now let us dissect our assignment. So our assignment is you need to configure the switch with setup mode or from scratch using CLI before connecting it into your network environment. So this is our network diagram. So in our network diagram, we have router, one laptop connected to network 172.16.1.0, and then a switch is connected from network 192.168.1.0. So this one here is a laptop connected using a console cable. So console cable is not used for with this purpose, but this is intended for us to configure a router or a switch, because in the real world scenario, we cannot access this router because this router will have no display. So we use this console cable so that and then use this laptop as a display for us to configure this switch. Okay, let's continue with the instruction. Yan. Configure basic setting such as hostname, MOTD. So what is MOTD? Message of the day, banner, encrypted password, and terminal option on Cisco Catalyst 2960 switch, emulate, and packetTracer. So don't mind the version. And then use local laptop, and then this specific switch. Then configure host name. So that will be the name of the switch, local switch. And then we have to configure a message, unauthorized access is forbidden. Configure password for privilege mode. So ito na, privilege mode. Sabihin may password siya going to privilege mode. Kung meron tayong different level of configuration, di ba? Sabi natin, user exec and privilege exec mode. In here, what we're trying to do, we're trying to secure the privilege exec mode by putting a password. And must be MD5 encrypted. So, MD5 is an encryption. Next, number 5, configure password encryption on the switch using global configuration mode. So, we need to go to global configuration mode. Okay, configure console access with the following setting. So, login enabled. Login enabled, so we can log in, and the password is Cisco console. So, sabihin nito, console access. Yung console access, yan yung cable na nakalagay doon sa ating switch. So, this one. So, ibig sabihin, ang gusto ditong gawin, even though yung laptop is connected to the switch, if our console access is not enabled, so hindi pa rin siya magkakaroon ng access. You need to input the right password for that specific switch. Then number 6, configure telnet access with the following setting. So login, enable, password, Cisco telnet. Then the last part, configure IP address of the switch as of 192.168.1.2 and /24. So /24, this pertain to the subnet mask. So it's default gateway IP address. So don't worry about subnet mask and IP address. We'll have different discussion for that. And then number 8, test telnet connectivity from remote laptop using telnet client. So, yan. Telnet. So telnet is similar to ping, but it has different privileges. So now let's go to our packet. In this packetTracer, ayan. So what we're going to do is copy what is present in our assignment. So we need router 2811, router 28. 28. 28. 2811. Ayun. So, 2811. Ayan. And then, a desktop. And a switch. So, drag and drop lang. So, switch is 2960. 2960. And then, one laptop for our console. So, we need now a connector. Ayan. To connect, sabi dito, let's use cross. Cross. Ayan. Crossover. So, remember what is the specific interface. So, ito na yung interface natin. Pass Ethernet 00. Ayan. Interface 00 to pass Ethernet 0. Now, let's connect using a straight through cable. Pass Ethernet 01 and then 01 para mabilis tandaan. But, any interface na lahat ng pass Ethernet interface will work. And then this one, a console. So, kailangan console din. So, we have different port for console and fast Ethernet. Okay. To see this, we have here the view. So, this is our switch. So, as you can see here, yan yung available port. Our console, so we now access our CLI. So this command line interface. So under this configuration, we see now this is the list of interfaces. So what we're going to do is go to CLI. So now, just press enter to make the screen clear. So at first, you'll see this, press enter to get started and then enter. Oops. So, yan. So, para makapunta tayo sa configuration, type enable. Tapos, ano yan? Configure terminal. Ayan. So, or may shortcut, config T. But in here, diretso lang natin siya. So, we are now in privilege exit mode, and then configuration terminal, and then let's now change the name of this switch to local switch. So to change the name, type in the host name and then local switch. And then press enter. Now you will see that instead of switch, you will now see local switch. Now let's go to configure unauthorized access is forbidden. So let's create a banner. So to create a banner, the syntax is banner, M-O-T-D. Then number sign. Enter. Enter text image and with character number sign. So I'll type what we wanted to put in. Unauthorized access is forbidden. And then number sign to end the statement. Okay, so yun na, it's working. Configure now. Configure the password to privilege mode. Access as Cisco. Let's put a password so that nobody can access the privilege mode. So let's enable secret and then the password. So the password is Cisco. Okay, so we have now password. Now let's encrypt our switch password. So service password encryption. Okay, so we have now our encryption. Configure now our console is already encrypted and secure. So let's go to line 0. This is configure line. So what we're going to do here is to secure the line configuration. So password Cisco Cisco console. So ito na yung pag when somebody wanted to access this switch using this console cable, yan. If you know this password, you can reconfigure or change configuration of this switch by putting this password. So you need a wire and a password, not just a wire or not just a password to access this switch. Okay? And now that is your console password, Cisco console. And so this is other requirement of the assignment. So logging synchronous, and then you need to log in, then night, and then exit timeout. Okay. Now let's go now to our second part. Ano pa yung hinihingi sa atin ng ating assignment? Okay. So, yung niya, timeout is 6:45, synchronous logging. Now, we're going to telnet access from the following setting. So, when we want to call this switch, hihingi siya sa atin ng password bago natin siya ma-access. So, yan yung lalagay natin dito. So, hindi yung basta na lang tayo tawag. So, kailangan pag tinawag, may password siya para mag-communicate yung ating switch to other device. To do that, kung nakita natin dito, nandun siya sa config mode. So, nandito ako sa config line. So, para makabalik ako dito sa config mode, type exit. Okay, so I'm now here, and then line. So, this is for our telnet. Okay. Okay. So, kung nakita natin, almost the same lang naman yung ginagawa ko. Naglalagay ng password tulad dun sa kanina. And then, what is other requirement is to configure IP address for our network. So, sabi dito, na meron daw specific network assigned for each for this part. Sabi dito, ang network niya daw ay 192.168.1.0. So, This is just a label for us to remember. And then 172.1.0.24. Okay. Now, let's configure our interface. We have our VLAN. So VLAN is our virtual LAN network interface. Oh, okay. I need one exit. Interface VLAN 1. And then config it IP address. So I'm assigning IP address 192.168.1.2. And then subnet mask 255.255.0. And then IP default gateway 2.168.1 168.1.1. So, itong IP address na to, yung gateway na to, yan yung lalagay natin dyan sa interface going to our router. Then, enter. So, pag walang error na lumalabas, sabihin, no error is found. Then, let's save it. So, if you have some question, you may just mind it, isulat ninyo, ganon, para next time sa online meeting ay ma-address natin. So, let's now save it. Para ma-save natin siya, the command is copy running configuration startup. But we cannot save it under this config. Dapat nandun siya sa user mode. Sa taas na mode. So, exit. Okay. Then, exit pa. Paste. So, dito na tayo. Copy running config. Startup. Copy running config. Copy running config. Wait. Copy. Startup. Sorry. Start. Copy. Startup. Start. Magkadikit. Config. Running config. Volatile information in the is not present. Ngayon nga ma-save. Tayo natin copy running at ang error na to, ibig sabihin, walang memory. Ito, may specific memory allocation for every configuration. May isang location kung saan siya sinisave. So, nagkataon na yung nilan natin na code, wala siyang Ganun. Then, let's run other code. Start up. Oh. Enter. Okay. So, wala na pala. So, start. Copy, running config, start up. Now, let's see kung ano yung mga na-set up natin na configuration. And show running config. Show running config. Running config. So, ganyan po. This is an example na mali. Wala akong G. Kaya running. Show running. Ganyan. Ayan. So, may mga typographical errors. So, this one here, this shows what are the configuration we change. So, hostname, local switch, fast ethernet. So, kung may nilagay tayo dyang IP addresses, so magkakaroon yan ng IP addresses. And then, we show our VLAN. And then, IP address, default IP address, and then console line, the password for the console line. Okay, so that is all for the assignment. Pero siguro may tanong kayo, bakit naka-red siya? So, what we do is, we configure this switch. Pero ito, wala pa tayong configuration. So, in here, I will not use CLI. We'll just input code manually. And for that, let's go to physical config. So, dito ko nakakonect, 01. Kung naalala niyo dito, 01. Naka-on siya, okay.